Just before noon, the bargaining teams returned to their own caucuses, and at 2:30 p.m., we resumed bargaining where UESF presented a counter to our proposals. We are working through those details actively right now. Our bargaining team and our superintendent are working around the clock to come to an agreement with our labor partners. As we continue to move with great urgency, our superintendent has made the decision that schools will not be open to students tomorrow on Thursday. We recognize the challenge and the strain this places on our families and our students, and we are committed to working as hard as it takes to reach an agreement. We have made progress, and the topics at the table today that are being discussed involve wages, healthcare, and special education. We know our educators deserve fair and competitive salaries. This is an expensive city, and we want to be able to provide them with competitive, fair wages. We also need to continue to make sure we are living within our means. We do not have unlimited money, and so we are actively working. We are crunching the numbers. We really want to come to an agreement, a full tentative agreement with our labor partners today. I'm going to share some updates on our district operations. We are incredibly grateful to our community and our city partners for all of the support they are providing to our students, including our students who are further from access. Yesterday, 1,100 students attended our after-school community-based organization programs, and over 300 attended our DCYF programs. Over 760 breakfast meals were served at 14 sites throughout DCYF, and 1,600 lunches were served at 30 sites throughout DCYF sites. And this afternoon, we had over 1,500 school meals delivered by our own meal provider to our community-based partners to make sure that we are expanding our access for our students. We will stay at the table for as long as it takes. We want the strike to end. We want to be able to reopen schools and have students return to be with their teachers, with their principals, with all of the caring staff who show up every day and support our students. So I'll take a few questions now.
This morning, the superintendent was critical of the teachers for not staying overnight, continuing the bargaining. You've said you're committed to staying as long as it takes. Have teachers committed that they will stay as long as it takes and bargain continuously? And has the district asked them to go back to the classroom while you still hammer out the details?
So we really appreciate Mayor Lurie's call and others' call for a cooling off period for a break in the strike, and this happened a few days ago before the strike began. We agree with that. We support that. We want our students back in the classroom. We will continue to work with urgency if students go back to the classroom. This will be our #1 priority until we reach a full agreement with our labor partners. And so we are grateful for those who are joining that call, and we also today posted on our website a timeline of all of the bargaining sessions that have taken place since the fact-finding progress began on January 23rd. So that is on our website at sfusd.edu. So you can see an outline of all of the different times that we have wanted to sit at the table with them, that we have sat at the table with them, and that we will continue to sit at the table with them.
That didn't answer my question. The question was, have the teachers committed to staying overnight? And have you asked them to go back to the classroom while you hammer out the final details?
I'm going to refer you to the teachers. I don't want to speak on their behalf.
Sarah, what is the economic impact to each day if these schools are closed?
So we are running those estimates. What the superintendent has shared is we expect a loss of about $7 to $10 million a day. But again, we need to see what happens and see how long this takes, and then we'll be able to provide a more update on that later.
Brad?
I know the numbers are evolving, and the last couple days it was real progress is being made. We're not hearing that today. How far apart are we? Has anybody moved?
I will be very clear. We are making progress. This is very complicated work, and the items that are being discussed today are healthcare, salaries, and special education. These are very complex pieces of work that have to happen. There's lots of budgets involved in spreadsheets, and so this is work that's happening at the table right now.
And then Christian, then Luce.
Moving into our 4th day now with students not in class, is there a plan already in place, or is there a plan evolving to make those days up at some point in time, either at the end of the school
So we're committed to providing the required number of days of instruction for students each year that's set by the state. And so we will explore ways and work with our state partners on how to make sure that we can ensure that we fulfill that obligation.
Lewis and then Taylor. Okay, so you talked about 3 categories, right? Wages, healthcare, and special education. Are you guys anywhere near close of maybe finding some sort of agreement in any of these categories?
So we've been going back and forth, as the superintendent mentioned this morning, and as I just shared, around different proposals. And so that is active work happening. That is work happening at the table, and that is the progress that we're making. But we know that a full agreement is what's needed, and that is what we are working so hard to achieve.
Taylor.
Did the district afford any additional special education staff with reduction of contractors for special education, or at least elimination of some of them and reliance on them? And then, if so, do we have any estimates on either how many staff that could afford the district or how much money that could save the district eventually?
We are very grateful to our educators who serve our students who receive special education services. And so with that agreement that we're working on with our labor partners, we absolutely want to make sure that it's something that we can afford and that we can fulfill. And so all of those details are being worked out at the table.
Laura, you mentioned the word progress. It's been thrown around a lot this week, but is there going to be a point where a deadline is actually set to say we're going to settle this by this date so it doesn't go on for weeks and weeks like it did many, many years ago from within 6 weeks? Seems like we're headed down that road. So will anything like that be done?
We want to settle today. We continue to bring our counter proposals back to our labor partners. We want to work through all of these details together. So we would like to come to a full agreement. That is our goal. That is our 100% focus right now.
Joe.
We're just upstairs with a number of students who are wishing to talk to Dr. Sue. Has she committed and will she commit to speaking with those students?
Yes, as Hong Mei shared, she is committed to speaking with our students. Our superintendent frequently meets with our students and really appreciates hearing from our students. We know that they expressed issues of great importance to them, and we really appreciate that they took the time to show up. And so, yes, we will absolutely be following up.
Dan.
Can you speak to the issue of trade-offs again? The teachers are still at their rallies saying, we want X, Y, and Z, and we're going to get everything. Can you explain why, considering your fiscal situation, everything is not really on the table because of the trade-offs you have to make?
We do have limited funding, and we have a structural deficit. Those facts have not changed. We are under state oversight. And so each year, as we spend more money than we bring in, we have been trying to reduce those costs. Now, we know that to come to an agreement with our labor partners, that will take an investment. This is an investment in our teachers, in our counselors, in our nurses, in our paraeducators, in our colleagues who show up every day and support our students. And so we are looking at different ways that we can make sure that we can fund something that is fair and competitive for them.
Marina.
There was a presentation signed by Commissioner Matt Alexander that called into question that structural deficit. Have you got a chance to see that presentation, and what is your response to it?
Our budget team shares regular updates at the Board of Education. The most recent first interim report was in December, and our next budget update will be at the second interim report in December. And so I will refer questions about our budget to those budget meetings. We have also posted some information on our website about our budget and how the deficit and the reserves and the fund balance and how all of those things work. So we're happy to share those links with you.
Taylor.
The union shared documents stating that the district had outright rejected its proposals for staffing minimums for social workers and school site nurses and other wellness staff. Can you tell us any more details about that?
Those are details that are being worked out at the table, so I can't comment on those.
Okay. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.